start things off by me telling you that I'm no historian. I might get things wrong or I might embellish some facts, so let's treat this as if we're friends meeting at the bar telling war stories. That being said, any fact checking that you do have, please leave them down in the comments below. Somebody once told me that Canadian history is almost the exact opposite of America. Whereas in America, people were coming here to settle the new world or to escape persecution, Canada was seen as an obstacle, to something to get around or get past. Early settlers really didn't want to be here. These were just outposts for a larger empire. Well, I mean, maybe the Vikings did, whose remains have been found in Newfoundland, but for the most part, people were either coming here for the fish or to try and find the fastest route to India. Now, of course, there was already people here. Aboriginals had existed here in Canada for centuries before European explorers decided to show up. And there was this great array of customs, art, and language. In fact, on the west coast in present-day British Columbia, in a very small area, there were so many distinct languages that you could go a couple of miles and not be able to communicate with someone at all. And I will refrain from making the obvious Newfoundland joke here. The main countries that were sending explorers to Canada were England and France, and luckily there's been no conflict since. The third group that was just devastated because of this European exploration was the native population. Which I don't want to make it sound like all it was love and peace here before Europeans showed up. That certainly was not the case. But the native way of life was definitely in for a rude awakening. There are different estimates about how many natives were here before Europeans arrived, but the fact remains that their societies were decimated because of disease and war. Their economies and their way of life were left shattered. The two explorers we're going to focus on right now are John Cabot and Jacques Cartier. And they... What was that, Pierre? How did Canada get its name? I guess I have time to tell that story. That's right, I talked to beavers. Canada's named the way it is because of an accident. Cartier misunderstood what his native guide was trying to tell him. Canada, that word, means village, or maybe more precisely, a collection of houses. Cartier understood that to mean the entire land, and I mean, back in those days, once you've written something in quill and ink, I mean, you can't Control-Z that. Cartier would go on to discover present-day Montreal, which was then just a large native village, but Cabot was here for the fish. Cod, specifically. Cabot really did want to try and find gold in this barren land, but was struck by just how much fish was off of the east coast. The legends say that you could take a bucket and just scoop the fish out of the ocean. This turned out to be a little bit more valuable than gold, at least to England. Canada's beginning is a mixture of three distinct nations: English, French, and Aboriginals. And within those Aboriginals, there are dozens of distinct nations themselves. It has been the friction between those three nations and the sometimes peacemaking that has made this country what it is. This is, of course, not an exhaustive list, so let me know what your favorite resources, books, articles, films, and other things down in the comments below. My name is Kyle, this is Pierre. Thank you for watching a quick video about Canadian history. I also upload videos every Monday and Thursday. You can also like and subscribe for more of these types of videos in your feed. I'll see you next Saturday.